What up, y'all? It's T-Biz here, and we finally got the 80th anniversary retro punching He-Man and Skeletor pack from Target. I think these are also going to be available at Walmart too, but I can't find the link to that. But I still have the link for Target. And I can't remember the guy on Reddit that posted these that he was finding them, because I looked, about a week or two ago, and I went up to the store and they're like, yeah, there was like no an inside or seeing them inside or whatever, and if that makes any sense. Anyways, and so I was like, all right, we're just gonna have to go every day and see what we can find and check the app and see if it lets us get us notification when it's in stock. Never did that, because I always do that with the app. Anything that goes out of stock or whatever, or gets canceled on pre-orders, which my pre-orders and a slew of other people's pre-orders got canceled, because I read that on some Reddit posts. And anyways, this guy on Reddit, he's like, yeah, my wife just scored me one of these. And so I was like, all right, cool. So that means they're obviously dropping. Plus, my good old buddy Overlord Productions said our buddy that shall be unnamed for privacy reasons or whatever, that he found him at Target too. So up in upstate New York. But so I was like, you know what? Let's just go today and see if they got him. Went and showed him to the gal working the Halloween stuff. God bless her. And she was like, yeah, we have some. Do you want more than one? I was like, no, I just want one, because I'm not going to try to flip these. I'm not going to do that at all. I'm not going to do that at all. And then I wanted to bust out my my commemoratives just to do some comparisons, because they do not look the same as yeah, they look a little different. Like this retro version, or the commemorative, looks very different than that version or whatever of He-Man. This new retro version. And then Skeletor, a little different too, because this is the commemorative. And this one, yeah. Obviously, the gear is going to be a lot nicer painted gear and stuff like that. And yeah, there's just different colors. But there's so many different variants with Skeletor. So many different ones. And I have actually a few that are, variants or whatever, that are in really crap condition or whatever. A lot of my old Mo2 figures need to be repaired or just beat to hell. So yeah, I'm not going to worry about busting those out. But I don't know. I don't want to sit here all day being like, oh, this one's different from this one, that one's different from that one. Of course it is, but who cares? Get over it. Let me see. Anyways, check out the back of the package. Evil Skeletor ruthlessly schemes to take control of Castle Grayskull, but He-Man guards the safety of all Eternia with his faithful allies at his side. So there we got Tila and Man-at-Arms. Maybe we'll be seeing Tila and Man-at-Arms a reboot down the way. Masters of the Universe 5.5-inch action figures with throwback designs and 6 points of articulation. So there you go. Twist waist, and he swings back with the punch, just like the old schools. Combine sword halves to form the power sword, and then includes vintage style squishy heads. So that's rad. We got the squishy heads. And let's see. I don't know if the commemorative is going to have a hard head, if that's Skeletor. Because that looks like, I can't tell if that would have been a squishy head or a hard head, because I'm not going to open them up. But I know I have some hard head Skeletor somewhere. I don't want to get into all that. That's just another story for another time. Let some other dude do that. Anyways, yeah. You got He-Man, most powerful man in the universe. Skeletor, evil lord of destruction. Celebrate 80 years of Mattel toys with the Masters of the Universe's eternal struggle of good versus evil, with this vintage style He-Man and Skeletor featuring classic power punch action. So there you go. And then the top of the box, you've got Masters logo. And yeah, let's dip into this, check it out, because we're going to open them up. We're not going to sit. I already got figures in the package, so we're going to open these guys up. I don't see any reason not to. Okay, this is also on the side of the box. Celebrate 8 decades of play with Mattel. The world's most beloved toy company is reimagining new wave nostalgia for fans of any age and era. Be kind and rewind with this collection in honor of such momentous such a momentous milestone. Available exclusively at Target. So that's freaking rad, man. Well, let's get these guys open and out. Let me see. Did I miss more tape? Yeah, I did. I missed more freaking tape. Let me see. And I have the box cutter here, but I don't know why I'm using this knife. This kitchen knife. Anyhow. Let's not cut myself. All right. Here we go. Dude, ow. All right, there we go. There we go. Let's open it up, man. That's cool. That's freaking cool. It's Skeletor. Oh, rad. You got He-Man right there. That is freaking cool. Art's good, man. They did a good job on the art. There's Skeletor, Snake Mountain. That is freaking cool. That is rad. Removable. So this is they're removable. So there you go. Masters of the Universe. That's freaking dope. Oh, that's rad. That is freaking tight, man. That is cool. That is cool. Oh man, you can even put they made it really collector friendly, dude. That's freaking dope. That's freaking super dope, man. Super dope. Let's get back to it. Let's see. This is cool, man. It's not exactly like, whatever, but it's not bad. I don't know. It's cool. Is it perfect? I don't think so. But at the same time, if you want a retro punching He-Man and Skeletor that you don't have to repair at all, there's Skeletor in the back. It's got the same art. Right there. Skeletor looks cool, man. Let's see what's up, man. I don't know. Everybody's already hemming and hawing about these already anyways, but yeah. Let's go ahead and close our box back up. It's a cool box. Don't know if I'll keep it. Maybe not. I don't know. Let's close it back up. It's pretty neat, man. Pretty neat box. Anyways, let's get these guys busted out. That's freaking cool. They made it so collector friendly. That's rad. Then you got the comic again with him fighting Merman. That is freaking dope. The Alfredo Alcala comic, man. That is freaking rad. That is so good. Just like the old school, man. That's freaking rad. That is cool. We'll have to read that just because you know how I love to read things. Oh, that's awesome. Get our He-Man out. And there's no there is rubber bands. Try to do a little bit of comparisons. Here's my dilapidated Skeletor that I have that I got at Monkey See Monkey Do years ago. So it's a little different. The blue's a lot different. Face sculpt. A little different. A little bit softer maybe, you'd say. I don't know. There you go. I don't know. I'm not going to get all that crazy about it, dude. I just don't see a point in it. I don't see a point in it. I don't know. To overanalyze stuff like super hardcore. So, yeah. Seems like a little bit lighter paints on Skeletor. Darker on some of the other ones. For sure, some of the vintage ones. So, it is a lot lighter paint. But he feels good, man. He feels really good. And they stand right out of the package, which is cool. Here is our old Battle Armor He-Man. So yeah, a little bit softer sculpt in the head, maybe. A little bit. A little bit. A little bit. We'll just leave it at that, man. I don't know. Let me see. Where's my other He-Man? I hate getting caught up in all this stuff, dude. It's like just He-Man, dude. I don't know. But yeah. It's a little different. That's the commemorative. This is this newer He-Man, so yeah. It's a little different. Boots are going to be a little different too, obviously. Because these are actually painted. They actually painted their boots and feet and toes and stuff and the armor. So that's actually really cool. And here's a look at He-Man's weapons. There you go. Power Sword. Looks more like the mini comic Power Sword, which is cool, which I'm fine with that. That is cool with me. Here's a shield, which doesn't have the cardboard inside. It looks like that's just either painted on or a decal or painted, but it is two parts, just like the old one kind of. And there's a closer look at He-Man anyways, and his power harness, which he does have his retro punching action. That is freaking rad. And they have hinged legs, so that is awesome. I was glad about that because I was like, man, I don't. Ooh, and they got holes at the bottom of the feet for extra stand, so that's rad. And I was worried about the rubber bands going out, but you got these. You don't have to worry about rubber bands going out, dude. That's freaking awesome. That is so radical. I'm Skeletor, damn it. Freaking rad, dude. Well, you know what the funny thing is? When I first knew of Skeletor, he didn't sound like that because the Filmation cartoon had yet to come out. So you just saw Skeletor and you're like, this dude's bad. This guy's awesome because he was the first Master figure that I got with Skeletor. And I was just like, he's so rad. I was just like, that is awesome. He's scary and evil and just rad looking, man. Awesome, 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 awesome. Freaking dude. But where's his power sword? Yeah, he's got his power sword right here. So there you go. And you take the 2 power swords and you can combine them like you could in the old school days. So that's rad. And I remember I would cut off this little handle bit on my vintage figures because I was like, I just want to modify it, man. Just want to modify it. Just cut it off. I used to break all kinds of stuff when I was a kid. I would modify everything that I had. Anyways, yeah, let's get these guys together and have some battle action. Skeletor, I thought I told you not to show your bony face around here ever again in T-Biz land. You are not wanted here. You are evil, and you need to be gone. I'm tired of you. Ah, He-Man, I will rule Eternia, and I will rule this world, and I will rule T-Biz land. Screw T-Biz. He's an asshole anyways. Ha 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 ha. Don't say that. He is awesome. What? You turned me around. Ha! I'll do more than turn you around. I'll knock you down, punk. These are freaking rad. I love them. I love them. Paint details are pretty cool. They're sturdy. Look at Skeletor's paint. Ooh, a little bit of paint discrepancies right there, but I don't know. We'll get over it. Nothing's ever perfect anyways. Not even the vintage toys were perfect, but yeah. Right there you can see right there. It's missing a little bit. Actually, is that missing or is that just like, I don't know, whatever. Cut in the plastic maybe. Oh, it's supposed to be like that. Oh, that's just me tripping. Yeah, I don't know. I think in this day and age, like a lot of us collectors, we just starting to overanalyze everything. But maybe it is, I don't know. It's so weird. Yeah, it seems like a bit of a softer sculpt, to be honest with you, on the arms and stuff like that. A little bit of a softer sculpt. But other than that, it's sturdy. It's retro. It's like the old school ones. You don't have to worry about the rubber bands going out. Because look, this is like, oh, I want classic vintage retro masters. And like, man, this is, yeah. Look at what you have here. Look what happens, Larry. Look what happens. Anyways, but yeah, this is rad, man. It's freaking cool. Of course, there's always going to be naysayers and people that are, oh, this, or, you know, they're not this, they're not that, they're not that, they're not this, and they're not this, they're were that, and they weren't that, and they're nah. I don't think it matters. I just think it matters that you can, like, play with these, and if somebody wants to turn their kids on or their grandkids or whoever on to some of this new stuff, that's fine, man. And it's cool to have some retro stuff you can get down with. And plus, you can also put these in a multiverse with all your other Origins figures and Masterverse figures and your classics and all that. You can have all kinds of cool ideas for play for these dudes. Really, really freaking rad, man. They're awesome. I don't know. I'm stoked. I'm glad. But then again, with Masters Universe, I'm always glad. So let's go ahead and do the painstaking honors of reading these old school mini comics, even though you could probably tune in and go watch other channels and do it. But we're going to do it here just because we can.